The New York Mets are effectively free-falling right now, folks. What's up and welcome into Bats for Baseball. I'm Nicholas Playlog, joined alongside Adam Peddle. If you guys follow Barstool Sports or any of those things, you'll know this character, Frank the Tank. And I have recently seen several videos of him screaming and chewing on his glasses and losing his mind over the New York Mets, saying that this team will literally never win again. Now, whilst that is a major overreaction, he is onto something in the fact that the New York Mets are not playing good baseball right now. Looking over at the standings right now, folks, they are hanging on to that final wild card spot, but as you can see, they are 3-7 right now, and in the month of August, it has been really bad.
Yeah, 4-11. And granted, you look at the month of August and you could say, okay, well, there's some tough competition they had to face. They did lose series against the Giants that aren't that good this year, but a division rival. They did get swept by the Guardians, who have been suddenly making this late season surge. The Brewers, best team in baseball. We talked about them once. No one wanted to hear it on this channel. So we're like, okay, well, I'd love to talk about the Brewers, but you guys don't want to hear it. They got swept by the Brewers. Then they lost another series to another division rival, the Braves. They did just win against the Seattle Mariners, so hopefully that's signs of things to come, but they do go on the road and get an easier schedule, so they gotta make up some ground right now, because you're right, like, they're free falling in August, and they're just hanging out to a wild card spot for a team that signs Juan Soto and is having all these aspirations. It's not looking too good right now in the dog days of summer.
And that's the thing, right? Like, I know that it's always this fine balance of like looking at payroll versus expectations. And I know that we've had quite a lot of conversations, because we're Toronto Blue Jays fans, looking at how much Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets paid. And then it's like, okay, well, what are you outputting? I do think that when you're looking at a full-on team like the New York Mets, who are currently in the top 3 in all of baseball in terms of payroll, the output, as in just hanging on to the final wild card spot, I don't think that that's good enough. I think that realistically, you have a roster and you have paid for a roster that should be winning that division more times than not. And if you're not winning the division, then you are 1 or 2 games behind and you're number 1 in the wild card. So to be in a spot like this, as vulnerable as they are right now, yeah, this is a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah, and like all teams are going to have their skids, and this is just one of those skids right now for the Mets. And you got to hope they figure it out soon, because what's been really hurting them over the last month of baseball has been that pitching staff, everybody. When you look over at the August for all team ERAs, they're right there near the bottom, guys. 25th in all of baseball in terms of team ERA at 5.24. When you look over at who exactly is giving up all those runs, it's the starting pitcher. David Peterson's been giving up a lot in August, 7.01 ERA. Sean Manaea's got almost an 8 ERA in the month of August. Kodai Senga hasn't been doing too well. Clay Holmes, who they've been transitioning to a starter, is doing that well, which you brought up. It was funny. That was their strength, was the starting pitching for most of the year, and then you're seeing a slip right now, and thus resulting in a lot of lost games.
Well, I worry, if we can scroll down to the starting pitching very quickly here, I worry about some of these names now, because for a while these guys were going insane. And I remember making a video about the New York Mets about 2 months into the season on a different channel, talking about how, wow, all of a sudden it's like these pitchers are, really hitting their ceiling. And you look at some of these names and you go, Sean Manaea, like, that guy's been up and down, and he was great for a long time. Clay Holmes, that was a bullpen piece that they transitioned, and he was doing phenomenal. David Peterson, I mean, these names, you were not expecting them to be this good, but now I wonder if, well, we're getting to that point, like you said, the dog days of summer, and, some of these guys, man, like maybe this is too many innings for a Clay Holmes, for instance. Maybe this is too many innings for, like, a David Peterson, who is, how old is that guy?
30 years old.
He's 30 years old right
I'll
now.
give him some flowers. He transitioned a couple years ago and has been very, very good.
Yeah, that is true. So I'll retract that one right there. But I just wonder if now it's like the other shoe is dropping here, and it's like, okay, we had a really hot 2 months, and now this pitching that a lot of people were worried about coming into the season is starting to show, the other side of the coin, or potentially even their true colors here.
Yeah, it could be, right? But hopefully, they got to turn it around. Like, I mean, yeah, you're right. How many innings have you seen of Clay Holmes go over 131 in a year. Not many.
Exactly.
Not many,
yeah.
right?
In fact, I don't even know if that's ever happened. Somebody let us know in the chat, please.
Yeah, exactly, right? So they got to hopefully turn that ship around because trade deadline's passed. Not like you're going to get many reinforcements, right? But they can bank on that offense that has been very good, actually, in the month of August. They're 5th in baseball in terms of OPS. The guys that are doing it, Frankie Lindor's been on an absolute freaking heater. First in the last week of baseball. Then you got Juan Soto. He's just being Juan Soto. He's not the Juan Soto they all expected to come over. He's still got an 881 OPS.
Yeah, like, I mean,
it's so funny. Like, again, you mentioned we're Blue Jays fans. We get the same conversations. Oh, well, Vladdy's got to play even better. I mean, Vladdy's got a little bit better OPS than Juan Soto at this point and makes, maybe a couple $100 million less, but still $500 million. It's that whole argument. Like, well, you got to be the best in the game. It's fine. It's Juan Soto.
If you have an 880 OPS, I mean, guys, like you cannot go. You're 1 home run, 2 home runs away from being in the 900s. That's like 1 series. I mean, like. Ultimately, I'm never going to complain about that. Guys get into the Hall of Fame for less than that.
Oh, yeah.
So
you're paying for a Hall of Fame caliber player. He's playing like a Hall of Fame caliber player. And then Pete Alonso, who broke the home run record the other day. Shout out to him. He's been popping off. And then Francisco Alvarez as well. So the offense has been doing the offense all year long. They've been kind of like a middle offense, like a middling offense, 14th run scored. But at the end of the day, if you can't stop the other team from scoring runs, you're going to result in losing games.
Yeah, exactly. And they're getting behind early, right? Because their starters are giving up too many runs right now. When you get behind early, it's going to be very, very difficult, especially against the good teams. And that is ultimately why I think a lot of New York Mets fans right now are looking at the squad and going, this is not a formula that we can win with. Because if you're in the postseason and you get down early, right, especially right now, it's looking like you're going to be in a wild card series. Okay, so it's looking like you're going to be in a wild card series. You go into a wild card series, your starting pitcher gets knocked. Now you're going to have to rely on that bullpen for, let's say 6 innings out of that first ball game, which is then going to ruin you for the following 2 ball games. Meanwhile, they're playing, the other team, like they're now in a position of strength, and it's like they can manage their bullpen better than you because they got the lead, and it's just like it's going to be that much more difficult for this squad, especially when the starting pitcher on the other side of things is really, really good, which you're probably going to be running into when you are in that wild card series. So right now, for me, with the way that they're playing, I'm out on the New York Mets. You cannot walk into the postseason with a rotation of guys that has a 7 ERA, even if your offense is top 5 in baseball. It's just not going to do it for you. So unless something changes, I think it's going to be a one and done for them.
Yeah, they scared me to begin the year with that rotation. Like, they really did. And we were looking at, we were looking at this team. We're like, why didn't they do more to just, get, veteran proven starters who can get you, 5, 6, 7, that, can get not experimental pieces like Clay Holmes. I don't know why they didn't go do that. Then they shut me the hell up, and everything was looking great for them with that rotation. Now we'll see how things transition. We still got a month and a half left to the postseason. But, yeah, if I'm walking in like this, and I'm looking at this Mets team, I don't really want to bank on that rotation. They're going to have to hit a lot more home runs, and maybe you do need Juan Soto to play 1,000 OPS leading in if you really want a chance, because you're going to have to out-homer the other team.
It probably have to be more than that, because, if your starters are giving up 3-4 every time they're on the bump, I mean, it's just not going to cut it in a playoff atmosphere. And for the New York Mets right now, I mean, it's not looking like a playoff team for me. And that's assuming, by the way, guys, that they even make the postseason, because the Cincinnati Reds are on their tails, and I don't want to write them off completely. They're 1.5 games back. Like you said, there's a month and a half of baseball left. That's 1 series worth of they win and Mets lose, which has been happening over the past month of baseball. So right now, Mets are actually fighting for their playoff lives, and they got to turn effectively everything around, because even if they make the playoffs with the way that they're playing right now, I mean, who would they be up against? The Phillies?
The Phillies.
I mean, come on, guys.
Or the Dodgers. I don't know what their records are.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah. It's going to be tough.
You'd be done at that point, I think, anyways. Maybe some Mets fans in the comments let me know about how you guys are feeling right now. I guess I'm just disappointed, or I'm being harder on these guys than I've been on teams in the past, because you are spending so much money, and because you did go to the semis last year, and because you do have a roster that, for the most part, I believe in. This level of play is just, it's unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, they're Metting right now. The Mets are Metting last year. Look at that that roller coaster they're on. It looks like they're about to begin another one. But guys, Mets fans especially, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below about your team. Should you be worried, or is this just a bump in the road? Let your thoughts be known,
Yeah,
guys.
please make sure to hit that like, smash the subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.
Cheers.